Lady Gaga. I'm not that person anymore.
Okay, yeah, shit. Fuck, that was funny. So today I am joined by one of my dearest friends, Jess. Probably my longest standing friend since KC days.
Yeah.
So thanks for sticking by me, by the way. I think I owe you
You're
a solid for sure. Jess was one of the only people who put up with my undiagnosed, unmedicated, untreated ADHD. So
Yeah. Just manage.
yeah, I hardly made it through, so I don't know how you did. But anyway.
You've come a long way, babe.
Aww. getting all cute about it. Fucking hell. So we'll talk a little bit about you later on in the podcast. But I thought we'd start off with our question of the week. Because we got heaps of responses to that. So thank you to everyone who wrote in. The question of the week was, what was the moment you knew he was not the one?
That's right.
I want you to...
Pretty sure I skipped it.
Yeah.
I struggled to answer it.
Well, I want an answer from you today. I'll give mine as well. But we've got a few responses.
Yeah.
So the first one is, when his fingernails are longer than mine.
Oh, yeah, that's gross. that actually gives me ick, bro, and dirty nails.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, that's not like, that's something I would instantly notice and like instantly be repulsed by, and I would not continue further on.
There's no coming back from it.
Yeah, so it's not like a matter of like, is he the one, because he never was the one to think of in the first place. Yeah. But yes, that
deal
is
breaker.
Yeah, that is deal breaker type shit. Yeah.
There's just no way. I don't even know if I could remain friends with somebody who had a guy that had longer fingernails than me. I would have to say something. Okay. When you answered his phone and turns out you and her are both his girlfriend.
Oh.
I feel like I've been in these situations before, personally. Like, I feel like I've had situations like that where I'm just like,
really?
Yeah.
Who?
I think you know. Like, there's definitely been situations like that in my past where I've been like, it's not even a surprise. I'm just like, yeah, that's
crazy.
That. When I had to start trying to convince myself that maybe I just don't like head.
Oh.
Now that's sad. That's common.
No, that's very common, because there's people that I know that are just not a fan of it in general, no matter who the guy is.
Well, I don't know.
And how good they might be.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I think if you're writing this in, then clearly she likes head now.
Okay, yeah, it's fair.
You know.
Yeah. I've never been a fan, eh?
Wow.
That's saying something.
Okay. Well, I feel like that could be maybe not a you problem.
Yeah, I feel like that might be the case.
Mm-hmm. Or it could be a needing to relax problem.
Yeah.
Because I know that that's obviously a factor as well. Like, I feel like you've really got to
insecurities play a big part of that sort of thing.
Oh, it's not meant to be this heavy this early on.
I'm insecure. We get it. You're insecure.
Okay, moving on. When he was 21 and let his mum kiss him on the lips.
Oh, no.
But then I think about my own son.
What? You've got some good replies.
I know, I've got more too. There's more coming.
Me?
I know. Here's one. You're going to giggle. When I found him messaging girls on OnlyFans for a threesome to make a porno from it.
I know who that is. Yeah.
That's fucking ratchet.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do that.
No.
That's not funny. That's fucking soul destroying, that is. But it's funny now.
Yeah.
It was never going to happen anyway. Why would I pick him?
No.
What?
Rich.
When he called his mum to ask, now.
I saw it coming.
Did you?
Yeah, I was getting major sex addict vibes from him, and she knows this. I said it straight away.
Yeah, but so she. So maybe they were going to like satisfy each other.
I get that, but very loyal.
We're going to have to bleep that out. These are anonymous replies.
Where do we go back to?
It's fine, we'll just bleep it. We just have to bleep it, it's fine, we'll just bleep out her name.
Oh, right.
She is very loyal. Yeah, that's fine. When he called his mum to ask permission to use his credit card to pay for a date. I feel like that's more bad parenting, to be honest. Like, give him some fucking leeway. You know, he's clearly never... It's like the conversation me and you had when we were at the beach, and you've always made your son very independent. And I just feel like this person, this individual, has obviously just never been given any independence. Clearly.
That's very true, yeah.
Bad parenting. You can never blame the kids, it's always bad parenting. When he had scratches on his back from my cousin.
How old did she know?
Well, clearly it came out, but...
Yeah.
That's...
Gutted.
I don't know how to...
Unlucky.
When I logged into his messages on his laptop and found naked pics from the neighbour. I feel like from the neighbour is just a whole nother level of like disrespect. Because they're right there.
Yeah, hard. They'll be like watching them as they come home.
Yeah.
Oh, is she home?
Yeah.
Oh, she's home.
She's fucking home. Why isn't he messaging me? Oh, she's home.
It's because she's home.
Oh, she's left a better message. Like that's... I feel uncomfortable about that. I mean, the neighbour thing. When he couldn't hold a job for more than 3 months. That's red flag.
Yeah. Been there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
Don't...
Very unattractive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Pull your head in, sort your shit out.
Provide, motherfucker!
Literally.
Provide! Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, those are all our answers for the week, so thanks everyone that wrote in. I didn't get to all of them, but those are the best of the bunch. So, yeah.
Nice.
The next thing I actually wanted to talk about was how the podcast got its name.
Yeah. Well, you can thank me for that one.
I know, that's why I'm bringing it up with you.
Yeah.
I have, you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong, because obviously this wasn't, when you made up the word Shaaarns, my memory of it is that it was like an insult to people. When
it was. That's how it started.
Yeah.
It was a dig at someone for being boring.
Yeah.
Like so, someone would be saying a story, and then the last thing you want is for someone to butt in and go, Shaan, and look away. That's the last thing you want to hear. That's like shut down. Like, what do you do after being told?
No, there's no recovery,
No.
Yeah.
There's no going back from that. Right?
And so I don't even remember when it was. It was a couple of years ago. I remember you used to do that all the time. And people...
I used to be a bit of a bully.
Oh,
and
used to be.
And I'll use that phrase lightly. Used to be.
Yeah. I just feel like there are people that definitely still have trauma related to those times with you. You're one of them. I know, I took it as and I feel like I created it. I remember you used to say it to me like, Shaan. And I'm like, yeah, bro, it's a fucking mean Shaan. Because obviously Shaan stands
and then I'll just still be like, nah, Shaan.
Shaan stands for shit yarn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way.
Yeah, just in case you were wondering. And so, then
shit yarn.
Then we created this beautiful thing where it was just Shaaarns. And so I started a Snapchat group, I don't even know how long ago. Like before lockdown. Well before.
Really?
Yeah. Because I used to go on about COVID on that I
can't even remember.
It was fucking ages ago.
It's just formed into this thing.
I started
this thing.
Yeah, to this. This
is where it's landed us.
I started a Snapchat group, which was essentially just a whole lot of girls that I had on like a story. And because, well, remember, I used to just send fucking yarns to like individual people, and you were the one that went on to me like, stop doing this because it doesn't load properly.
Yeah.
And everything comes through. Right. Remember?
Yeah.
And so I made a story, and you can select who sees it. And so it started off with just a couple of girls, and it grew and grew and grew, and then it ended up being like 20 girls plus Ryan. And so there was just, and so that was like that for a few years. And then it wasn't long ago that, and it was named Shaaarns or something similar, and then it got named Criddle's Podcast. And then, I don't know, the word podcast was getting thrown around a lot around me. Like it was just, you know, and then one day I joked about it on there, and Ryan was one of the people that came back to me and said, I think you'd be really good at it. I think you should actually do it.
Shot her, Ryan. Yeah, shot for the ideas.
And so now it's just formed into this. And I know that we had a giggle about me naming it Shaaarns with K, but I couldn't think of a more perfect name than just Shaaarns.
Yeah.
Shaaarns with K. So
Shaaarns with K to be inserted here.
That's the other thing that I wanted to tell you about. So after the first episode, Jess came around and we were having a bit of a yarn about it and how it went and stuff. And she was saying, you need to get like this massive neon sign for in the middle of
Devs need it.
Yeah, you know, and she was like, we should get this massive Shaaarns, and I was like, oh yeah, and so I've sort of been looking into it. Well, I told Donald about it, and then he was sort of like, and I was like, what? He was like, that was going to be my gift to you, and I was like, I was like, you can still get it, and he was like, nah, and I was like, no, fuck, I was like, I wish I didn't fucking say anything now, but then I kind of, but
lucky though, because
it wasn't the right font or the right font, the right colour. Like I feel like it needs to be, you know what I mean.
Or he can still pay for it if he's open.
But that's right, you know. So that's going to be coming eventually as well. And I know that we've talked about heaps of like plans of like where to move this eventually. Like I don't know, I can just feel the growth, you know, brewing away. Okay, you had some trash news for me.
Yes.
Did you need to refer to anything for that?
Yeah, so I struggled a little bit because I was like, what is going to be something that we can actually like relate to? But then again, it's just trash news.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to refer to this one Facebook post that I seen that had me shook because I was like, nah, there's like, who does this? So basically,
I'm excited.
Who's my favourite celebrity?
Lady Gaga.
Oh my god, we're talking now, not 2009.
I don't fucking know, bro.
Who do I love? Who's hot as and sings mean as, sexy as fuck, and I love him?
Nah, pass.
Oh my god, you suck.
You haven't got posters in your room like you used to. I can't, you know.
Who does Grace love?
Oh, Chris Brown, sorry. Yeah. What if you said Grace? I would have got it like that. Shout out, Grace.
Yeah. Typical.
CV.
Everyone knows Grace loves Chris Brown.
Yeah. Okay.
So do I, by the way.
I do know that.
Did you know?
Probably not as much as her.
No, yeah, well, FYI, I love Chris Brown.
Good to know. Everyone remember that.
Yeah, so obviously...
Lady Gaga.
I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah, shit. Fuck, that was funny. Okay.
Pause. Let her regain herself.
I'm good. Okay.
So
see Breezy,
right? He's popped up on my Facebook feed.
Okay.
Right in the middle of when he's doing his tour. So he's just done a Europe tour.
Yeah.
For his latest album.
Okay.
And it is great. It's awesome. It's giving hot dances. It's giving throwbacks. Yeah. He's singing all of his old songs. The ladies love it, okay?
And the girls are getting dragged on stage.
The girls are getting dragged on stage.
That's
what this is about. Yes,
Lance is love you, Lance.
Here's a different topic.
He's my fave.
Yeah. So this Facebook post pops up, and I had actually heard about this before I seen it, and then I saw the post and saw everyone's comments on it, and I'm like, these comments are actually hilarious. I should use that.
Okay.
So this is what we're using, right? This is my news. Man breaks up with girlfriend after Chris Brown gave her lap dance on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, but that is absolutely ridiculous.
You know what's funny?
If you want to leave me,
yeah,
because Chris Brown gave me a lap dance, See ya.
And you know what's funny? I know that Lance Savali is the one who literally, he's been like, you know, checking the talent, and he gets up there and he will actually like have a look. Yeah, he's the one that picks
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he'll be like looking for the girl that's not like playing up, trying to get his attention, and then just be like, bang, that one, and the security guards will go in, pick her up, and bring her up. So, like, to even be brought up there,
you are fine.
I thought about it. I was like, God, I wish that I would have the I wouldn't, but I wish there was a possibility that it could ever be, but it would never be me. But
probably wouldn't be me either, and I'd be jealous of it.
Yeah,
probably ruin the whole fucking thing.
I'd probably break up with my boyfriend just because I don't get backed up.
Yeah, me too.
But I have heard of guys, but you know, it's a fucking compliment. Like, your missus is clearly...
That guy's got fucking issues.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was like, I heard about it and was just like, I need to read these comments.
Okay.
And as you can expect, there's going to be guys in there that are totally on board with this and think it's absolutely okay and normal.
Yeah.
And then there's also going to be the girls that are like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? So those were the comments that weren't actually standing out the most. It was more the men, actually. And let me just read some of these.
The men?
Yeah, the men. So
like, what? Are they sticking up for him or sticking up for the mystery?
Sticking up for the man that broke up. Yeah, like there's you'll be shocked at how many guys find that. Yeah, it's actually quite upsetting how many guys find this like.
Riza, would you get upset?
No.
See, I know that Donald, I've already talked to Donald about it, he'd be like, yeah, that'd be fucking mean.
It would actually be, like, good.
Yeah.
It'd be so gay.
Yeah. Bun said he would give me a hall pass for Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, true.
And so that's funny because when I saw this, I think, so we actually spoke about it in the group chat, and one of the girls was like, oh my God, would he give you a hall pass?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, bro, like, would yours not? And she's like, to be honest, I don't know. Like, she was like, I'm going to ask him. And so she messaged him and was like, would you let Chris Brown, like, would you give me a hall pass for Chris Brown if he was keen? And then he said, yeah, definitely. But then we found it hard to believe because her partner is so protective.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, okay, like, maybe not. Maybe he's talking shit. But anyway, like, all of the girls pretty much put their opinion on it, and I was like,
I don't know about a hall pass. I don't know how I'd feel. Like, I don't know. But
well, it's not like Chris Brown's going to be like chasing me to be his girl.
No,
but if he was keen and like wanted to,
shoe on the other foot. Who's the hottest singer?
So I brought that up.
Hottest girl singer, Rihanna.
Nah, it's Margot Robbie.
Okay.
Yes. So this is what I said in the chat. I said I would. It's just, I was like, it would go both ways. Like, if Matt wanted a hall pass with someone, it would be Margot Robbie. And if that ever like arised, I would totally be all goods with it. Only if it meant I was going to get one for Chris Brown. Otherwise, not.
Okay, so it's not, it would need to be a duo.
Yeah, these, not,
Yeah, a duo is different.
Yeah.
But just actually, like, I don't know.
What, like if I was pulled up on stage and then he ended up being keen on me, and then he invited me to the after party and was like
the feminine in me is like,
it's one night.
Get it? Like, don't, like, just do it.
It's one night, bro. Guys cheat all the time and girls always fucking forgive them. You can forgive a fucking. If you can forgive
just some fucking bitch down the road.
Yeah, if you can forgive him for that, then like, it's just such a common thing. So I mean, if it's going to be someone,
we don't condone it.
No.
But I mean, but you're right.
You get what I'm saying.
Why do girls forgive guys for cheating? So
and why do guys not forgive girls?
Because they reckon that guys cheat for sex and girls cheat for emotion. That's why. That's what they reckon.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you're that concerned about my emotions, then obviously you're the emotional one, not me.
Yeah. Maybe he was mad that his girlfriend got a lap dance from a woman beater.
I am sick of cunts bringing this up with Chris Brown. Let it go. Let it go, bro.
That's all they have.
It makes me so mad.
If they didn't have that, they would have nothing.
He was 18 years old. He was 18.
And if you've watched his
Are you telling me that you, 18, bro? Have you never made a mistake when you were 18 years old? And she's admitted to pushing him to his
if
limit.
you've seen his documentary,
Yeah, I have.
you will see that it was like tit for tat, he was pushing him.
Exactly.
I've done it myself.
If
I've
somebody was
pushed
pushing
someone
me,
to
I'm
the-
going to lose the plot as well.
Yeah.
You can only push somebody so far.
Exactly.
Fuck, it makes me mad. Get over it. I'm
Get
sick
over
of
it.
people bringing that shit up.
I'm gonna reply right now.
Yeah,
Say,
do
"Grow
it.
up."
Just be like, grow the fuck up, bro. Honestly.
Yeah.
That's so annoying. It does my head in. Next. Grow up.
If my man got a lap dance from his favourite celebrity, I'd be recording it for him on his phone, taking pictures for him, cheering him on dang babe, grab it. If she lets you, I'd be proud. I don't know. Just me though.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, 100%. Why does it have to be on his phone though? Why can't it be on your own phone?
Yeah, that's weird that
It sounds
she mentions
controlling.
that, yeah.
Why do you need to hold his phone for?
Hard. Yeah, these are all kind of new comments. Yeah. As he should have, she showed complete disrespect for their relationship. That was from a chick as well.
Oh,
Yeah. You can tell she's been
brainwashed.
She's with a narcissist.
Yeah, you're with a narcissist. Good work,
Yeah.
girl. There should be a name for people that actually.
This has nothing to do with insecurities. Him being a celebrity doesn't change the fact that he is another man and she's just enjoyed a lap dance from him in front of thousands.
Oh my god, grow up. Are you really?
More woman basher shit. Honestly, let her go. When she comes back with a black eye, proceed to laugh at her and move on with your life, king.
A black eye. She's more like going to come back with a fucking fat wallet.
I thought you were going to say something else. A beaten puss. She didn't come back with black eye, mate. She came back with black puss. That shit been beaten. Have you seen? Chris Brown did a podcast with someone.
Nah.
Yeah, videoed and all.
With who?
Interview. Can't remember, but it was on TikTok, and they asked him, "What's your love language?"
Really?
Yeah, and do you know what he said?
What?
Satisfaction.
That's not a love language.
Oh,
That's
that's hot, man. He's like, I satisfy my woman.
Oh.
Yeah, satisfaction. I satisfy my woman need to be satisfied. That is my love language. I will do whatever I can to make my woman satisfied.
Okay.
I
was reading it the other way.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
Which sounded not good.
What? In what way?
What if your
Satisfaction.
the only way you wanted to receive love was satisfaction? Because it's how you give and how you receive.
Yeah. Well.
But that's also not a love language.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna be pinpoint the exact love languages, I thought that was so unique.
I would have still really liked to know what his actual love language was.
Oh, that sucks.
There's 5.
What are they?
Oh, you're going to test me?
Yeah.
Words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Well, now there's a 6. And
Dang!
it's satisfaction, baby.
What is your love language? Because generally people have one dominant love language and then they have a sub love language. And normally it's obviously it's how you give and how you receive.
Yeah.
What is yours?
Oh, I think you and I both know.
Words of affirmation.
Nah, touch, physical touch.
Quality time.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Which one's above the other? How do you give love?
Physical touch.
Okay. And how do you want to receive it that way? And quality time.
Yeah, but I also do love acts of service.
Yeah.
Like I love being looked after and treated right,
Yeah.
which is what I get at the moment. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's what.
I feel like acts of service is like, because for me, my two love languages are definitely words of affirmation, and probably
that's definitely a you.
Yeah, and probably that's definitely the main, but then probably quality time after that. For my two, and then but then I'm also a real gift giver. Like I don't necessarily want to receive gifts, but I definitely like giving
Me
gifts.
too, actually, and I've been told that I'm quite good at like gift giving.
Yeah,
people will always be like, "Oh, that's such a good idea. That's so thoughtful."
Yeah. It's interesting.
I do enjoy that.
I think that in terms of like a lot of males fall under the acts of service. I think that's a real default for them. But then I suppose a lot of females fall under the words of affirmation. But I think that there's a real it comes with maturity in women, like recognizing that acts of service is actually a love language. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't think that as a teen in early 20s did I actually recognise that as a love language, you know what I mean? Because acts of service, for people that don't know, can be as little as, taking out the trash, lighting the fire, you know what I mean? Like doing things around the house to look after you, even going to work, you know what I mean, to earn the money for you. And that's where there can be a huge disconnect for couples when women don't feel like they're being appreciated and men feel like they're giving everything because they are doing the acts of service, you know what I mean? Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Crazy.
Is that your trash done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty trash.
No, definitely interesting. I know that with Lance Savali, I know that he's like pretty much gone worldwide from this tour with Chris Brown. Have you been watching the TikToks that he's been making?
Yeah.
He's quite a
follow.
Yeah, he's good, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck, I find him so fun.
Yeah.
Did you watch Celebrity Treasure Island?
Nah.
Oh, didn't you?
Nah.
I did. I watched the first one that he was on, and then he was just on the recent one again.
So I've only just recently discovered him because he was one of Chris Brown's dancers.
Right.
And then I think you mentioned that he was from New Zealand, so I started to research him and I was like, yo, good.
Yeah. You should go. I think it was the last, he was on the last Celebrity Treasure Island, the Fans versus Faves. But then the first one he was on was actually, I think it was 2 seasons before. Yeah, it was. It was actually 2. So there was a season in between the 2 that he wasn't on. But the first time that I knew he was on the one with Edna.
Oh, yeah. Oh, was he?
Yeah, it was him, Edna, and Chris in the final 3.
I feel like I watched her.
Yeah,
but I must have just been like a one-off, like it was on TV or something like that.
Yeah, because it was the first time that I'd become familiar with Edna as well, and now I'm like obsessed with.
Oh no, I was obsessed with her already from Boss Babes.
Right? Yes,
I not watch Boss Babes. You should. It's really like
I don't watch a lot of TV. Like
neither do I. We don't even have proper TV. We have to like actually go into on demand and then watch it. But because I had already like seen her on other platforms, I was like kind of felt like vibes. Yeah. So when that was advertised, I was like keen as to watch that. Yeah. I think I had nothing to watch at the time, so I just like binged it because it's only like 6 eps.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, 6 or 7 eps, and they're real short too, and they're all cool because it's all in Auckland.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I might have to watch it.
Yeah, it's really inspiring too because they like give you lots of business advice. Yeah. Everything like that. So
wow, I love that.
Yeah, like it's cool to see where they started and what they're doing now.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get through maths, to be honest.
Oh yeah, you'll be caught up in that for a little bit more.
I'm only on episode 14. I didn't actually realise it, but I know.
So long.
I know. I didn't actually realise.
That's why you have to try and get into it and catch up.
I'm sorry.
But no, it is what it is. Like, but still watch it, even though I ruined half of it for you by telling you everything last week.
I know, and you know what? When you were telling me about how Jesse was going to react when he found out about Claire and Adam's kiss, like the way you explained it, you were like, he's like, I knew it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like waiting for this massive reaction. And then he was like, I knew it. And I was like, what, is that fucking it?
Well, I forgot, bro. It was like 20 episodes ago.
Well, anyway. So don't tell me any more about it. But once I am caught up on that, hopefully by the next time you're on the podcast, we can talk more about maths. But from now on, I feel like we need to have a little watch party. Just even like a little group chat. Select group of friends.
for the
We all
next
watch
ones
the
to
same
come.
one.
Yeah.
We just watch all the same thing and watch it all together.
Yeah.
And discuss.
Yeah. Maths is definitely something that's like hot topic.
I feel like...
Well, it was. It's not anymore.
Yeah, well, it is for me.
That was so... last month, babe.
It's hot topic for me. I prefer to binge things as well. Like, I don't want to wait.
Same here, but not with maths. You can't because it's just too long. And if you're watching too many of them, you get real sick of them. But the thing is with maths, it can just be background noise most of the time.
Yeah.
So you can put it on like while you're cooking dinner and just like keep an eye out and like walk back and like or just like on your laptop while you're doing other shit like scrolling or whatever.
Yeah.
That really helps because a lot of the time it is just shit.
Yeah, and they repeat the same
especially
shit.
the couch sessions.
I like the couch
I like the couch sessions too because they get like pulled up on their shit.
Yeah. Like there's some real.
Yeah, and the couples always listen to what the the therapists have to say.
Yeah.
The professionals or whatever they're called, but yeah. So but yeah, that sort of shit for me. I'm just like background music, like background noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, well, I actually wanted to talk a little bit more about you, if that's all right.
Why not?
Why not? So, Jess started her own painting decorating business. So, did you want to talk to us a little bit about how that started, where it started? Because I think that why?
Shut the Nah, Sean.
I think it's a male-dominated industry. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we get that all the time.
But a female entering it, I would be really interested to hear, and I'm sure other people would as well.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely like niche, which is super cool. Like love the fact it's all female, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's called Painted by Jess.
Yeah, Painted by Jess Limited. No, so little crew of 3 females. Which is actually perfect. I like just over the last week, I've really noticed like how much of a good flow 3 people are.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. Couldn't ask for anything more. I've got 2 really good workers, and yeah.
So when did you actually start the business itself?
Actually, only not last year, the year before. What would that be? 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2021 in November.
So you've come a huge way in just that short amount of time.
So just over a year. It's full first year.
Yeah.
Which has been good. Yeah. It's proven to grow, which is what you want, especially in a small trade like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so.
How did you originally get into it? Like I know that you had Ollie made.
Oh yeah, and we're going that far back.
Yeah, like I know that you used to obviously upcycle a lot of furniture. And,
it's always been in my blood. Like I've always been on the tools, whether it's trying new things, recycling, upcycling. I've loved it. It's just been me.
Yeah.
And obviously being a stay-at-home mum for such a long time, I needed something on the side. So I decided to like pick up the tools and start making things.
Yeah.
Then I'd sell it on Facebook Marketplace to the point where someone actually hit me up and was like, hey, do you want to help us on this reno?
Right.
Like paid. And I was like, yeah, could be keen. And so I got on the tools, like loved it, frothed it. I was like, this is easy as. Reached out on Facebook and asked if anyone else needed anything done, like after I did that reno job. And I had a painting company actually reach out to me and be like, oh, do you want to work for us, like as a contractor? And I was like, oh, that sounds like pretty all good. They're like, I was like, oh, I can only really do like school hours because I've got a boy that, requires picking up, dropping off. And they were like, yeah, that's easy. Like, when do you want to start? And I was like, tomorrow. And they're like, yeah. So went there, got straight into it, pretty much picked it up obviously there was so much I didn't know. Right. I thought I knew what I was doing, but turns out I didn't.
Right.
I knew the basics, but there was so much more to learn. So that was awesome. Picked up a lot of knowledge working for them for about 2 years until I decided I would use my Ollie Made page as like a place to post like painting work that I was doing. Ollie Made is also what I use. That's the Instagram name I use for like upcycling and like selling things.
And that was named after you?
Yeah, that was named after my nana who was called Ollie.
Yeah.
And my nana Ollie is like really big as well on like DIY and like she was very creative.
Right.
So I was like, well, I'm Ollie made. Ollie made my dad who made me.
Yeah.
So I feel like I need to give her some sort of credit for it. And I thought Ollie made was such a good name.
Yeah.
So that kind of came about. But then I got real slack on it because obviously I was painting full time. And then I was like, oh, well, it would be cool to incorporate my painting into this. And then the name, as much as I loved the name, it just didn't really stick or make sense.
Yeah.
And unless I'm going to explain it to people where Ollie comes from, then people are just not going to get it. Even though it sounds nice, like if you're doing a small, like niche business like that, then it needs to kind of make sense. So I just wanted to make it basic, bring it back to something where people will actually understand.
Yeah.
Decided to change the name to Painted by Jess. And then just started like filming heaps of stuff at work, like as a contractor.
Yeah.
But that unfortunately turned sour.
Did it?
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that. No.
Yeah, no, big yarn.
So you went off on your
So
own.
I think I landed like 1 or 2 big jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and I pretty much said, look, I'm not going to be working for you guys until I've done that job. Like, I'll let you know when I'm available again.
Right. And
And they're like, yeah, sweet as this will be really good for you, Jess. Like, you should do it. Like, really like encouraging me to do it. They like gave me advice along the way and stuff like that. Like, I felt like I could call them if I needed to ask them something, you know?
Right.
Which I did, because I didn't want it to end on bad terms either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I managed to land those few big jobs, and word started getting out that I was painting more for myself, and like I was advertising on Facebook and stuff like that. Managed to crack heaps more jobs, and it just boomed ever since there. There was never an end date with them.
Right.
I literally just was gonna come back, but just didn't.
Just got too busy. Yeah.
Just got too busy, and then ended up poaching one of their workers,
Right.
who was actually my mate, and I got her the job, and I was like, mate, who would you rather work with?
Right.
And she was a little bit more hesitant, because it was like they always had ongoing work,
Right.
and she was worried that I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, I'm pretty confident now, like, why don't you just come help me on this big job, and then you can make the decision after that. And then we got to the end of that job, and I was like, look, I'll pay you more. And that settled it.
That
pretty
done.
much.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay. And I was like, just put your trust in me. I'll have work for you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so we've been like tight as little team of 2 for ages. And then I decided like keen to get someone else in.
Right.
So I advertised for another worker and managed to find another girl that was already a painter with her dad.
Cool.
And she was young, but wanted to see what it was like to work for a female and someone who wasn't her family.
I think I remember when you were looking at hiring that same person, and we did discuss her actually.
Yeah, so
prospects.
Yeah, got her, and so she's good value.
Nice.
Get along really well, all 3 of us.
Cool.
It's a really good chill vibe. So
are you looking at getting a full suit?
Well, my OG is looking at travelling.
Okay.
Well, she is going to be travelling. She's made her mind up.
Right.
So it's just a matter of saving now. So that's looking like end of this year.
Okay.
So I've got the other one still. So we will probably just hustle as much as I can. She still goes in between her dad a bit.
Right.
When her dad gets busy.
Okay.
So we'll just have to gauge that how well that works, and if it doesn't, like, ideally I want to start like training someone up now, so as a part-timer, so that when my OG leaves, see how the other girl is, and then try and get another one on board.
Cool.
Yeah,
nice. So can you tell us any stories or a quick story about potentially the worst client you've ever dealt with?
Oh yeah, that's an easy one.
Okay, I'd love to hear it.
Not that she was a client. Does that count?
Well, someone you've worked or dealt with.
Dealt with, yeah. Dealt with business wise.
Yeah.
Oh no, this was a yarn on its own. So I had this client. Well, not so much client. Anyway, had this lady reach out. She was like, "Hey, I want my house done. Can you come and quote it?" Yep, sweet as. Cruise out there one weekend, and like it was out of my way as well.
Right.
So I went out of my way and looked at it, and I was like, oh yeah, like I guess we could look at going out here.
Mm-hmm.
Went and looked at it, bruh. Walk inside, house is an absolute hoarder, like, tip.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's no way I'm bringing my girls in here to do something like this. No,
Yeah.
we're higher than this. Like, we don't need to be taking on something like that.
Yeah.
Basically, the ceiling and walls were dripping with, like, nicotine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, with nicotine, dripping with, like, smoke damage. And then there was just piles of, like, shopping boxes.
Why is it that
everywhere.
all hoarders are also shopaholics?
Yeah, so that's how it happened. She was a shopaholic. But basically, what had happened was apparently she had like some sort of accident, which has made her like on ACC. So she's an ACC patient, and I was like, "Do you smoke inside?" And she's like, yes, I do," and was like sticking up for herself, like going, "Yep," and that's why. That's what I do. I sit in my room, I smoke ciggies because I can't walk outside and smoke. But yet she was walking around the house like nothing was even wrong.
Yeah.
She's like, "I can't walk outside." So I literally, this is what I do. I buy stuff online and I smoke ciggies in my room. And I was like, if all the smoke damage out here is from her bedroom, imagine what the bedroom looks like.
Did you see it?
Nah.
Oh, God.
She only wanted me to wallpaper inside her like living area, and I told her originally that I don't do wallpapering, but I can.
Yeah.
But depends on the size of the job.
Right.
So like I went in there and had a look at what she wanted wallpapered, and I was like, "Hey, like, is someone painting? Because this needs painting."
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, I've got a painter lined up." And I was like, "You do realise this is going to be a big job, like this requires like cleaning and then using like heavy duty sealants, oil-based sealants to stop this from ever like coming through, like a new fresh coat of paint." And she's like, yep, nah, he's aware of that. And I was like, "That's a big job." And then I was kind of not really keen to do the wallpapering,
right?
Because I was like, all of this shit here, like any of this can't be here. We can't do our job unless it's gone. She's like, "Well," I was like, "Are you going to put it in storage?" She's like, "I've already got 9 containers full."
Oh my god!
And I was like,
"Oh my god!"
And I was like,
"Okay." Did you find out where?
She was like, "I'm just going to sort most of it out. And then I'll put a lot of it in the middle." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like that was kind of putting me off the fact that we were probably going to have to work around shit. So I was already like, "No, there's no way I'm doing this." But I was talking to her, and I said,
the top half.
Yeah, I said to her, "Are you open to like just selling as is?"
Yeah.
And she's like, no. She was giving like scorpion vibes, like really stubborn, cocky, like she's no telling her.
Yeah.
So she was like, "No, all my houses have been in Home and Garden. All of them." And I'm like, talking shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so she ended up being a bit of a spinner, and I pretty much just was like, "Okay, I'll see what I can do, like I'll get back to you." She's like, "Okay, so like just because like you obviously know, like I'm an ACC patient, like I've only got so much money and I knew you'd be cheap." And I was like, "That's it for me." I was like, "What is that? Like, where did that come from?"
Did you
like,
say, why did you think that?
she just said, "So I know," like, and she's like, "And I can help you." And I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna like do this at a cheap price and have her like micromanaging me." I was just like, nah, okay. And I was just like, "Okay, well, I'll get back to you and I'll send through something anyway, and then you can decide." And I was driving off, and I was like, "What just happened?" And was pretty much just like, "Nah, maybe I'll just send her a massive quote and see if she can afford it."
What did you do?
I decided to hold off on it. 2 days later, she rings me and she's like, "Oh, my painter, he can't do it." And
really?
She's like, "So I'm just wondering if you'd be keen to do the painting as well." And I was like, "Look, mate. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate, but it's just not going to happen." I'm like, "No offense, but the job is just a bit too much for me to take on. I'm not in a position to be taking on big jobs like that, nor do I want to." I said, "I'm sorry, like it is just what it is. Like this is a very big job. Like that is And she's like, no, yeah, I know, I understand. I've done this to myself, you know, like she knew that she had fucked up by smoking so much ciggies in her house. I was like, I just don't want to do that. I'm like, it's below my fucking.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
I know
eh?
what you mean.
Yeah, so.
Oh my god, I knew you'd be
and
cheap.
she-
I would have been, why did you think I was going to be cheap?
Yeah.
What gave you the impression of that?
So I said when I got home, I was like, I got a call from that chick, and pretty much turned her down. But now I'm stressed that she's gonna like turn around and like dog me on like community page
Nah, surely
or
not.
something like that. Yeah, that's what you think. Nah, surely not.
Yeah.
Nick Minute.
Fuck off.
Nah, you know that post that I posted
No.
on my. Oh, sorry. Obviously not gonna understand any of that. The post I posted on my Instagram with the love heart
Yeah.
up against the door that had like 5 different layers of paint, and it was like all it was
Yeah,
very
yeah,
inspirational,
I remember it. Yeah,
like deep and meaningful post
Yeah.
that I don't usually do. And
Yeah.
I thought like I was just in that sort of mood,
Yeah.
posted it.
Super cute.
Yeah, super cute, loved it, everyone loved it.
Yeah.
And then I get a comment from her. Should we read it?
Yes, please.
No, because now everyone's going to go back and see.
No,
I'm gonna
that's
delete the
fine.
comment.
No, don't delete the comment.
People are going to look at this.
Yeah, where's the post?
So this is the caption. It's on the inside that matters the most and not what's on the outside. And then it says, it's sad how many colours this door has been in its lifetime, considering its beautiful insides, a stunning natural New Zealand remu. And it was perfect in its natural state. Just goes to show, stay true.
Super
Right?
cute. And I wrote that. I was like, that is more inspirational than I expected. XX.
Yeah.
Cute as. Where's her comment?
Oh, jokes.
Did you delete it?
No, her comments on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
That's a fuck up.
That's a fuck up. That's alright. It's on Facebook.
It's on Facebook. Go and find it there.
You go
Give
find
me
it.
a follow while you're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so her comment goes, unfortunately, we too often judge a book by its cover and often write it off as too much hard work, right?
Oh my god, are you serious?
That's it.
Did you do any? Did you reply to it?
Nah, and I really wanted to. I didn't even react to it. I didn't
Oh my
laugh, react it or
gosh.
anything. Should have love reacted it and been like, too right, girlfriend. Or something like that. Just gone
You set up.
over with it.
You
And
set
then that
up.
way my followers aren't going to know that that was out of pettiness.
Yeah.
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 So that's what I was going to do, but then I just had decided, nah, don't
You're
even
gonna
act
go
on
find it
it.
and go love react it.
Yeah.
Do that. That'll be good.
She'll wonder what's up.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that's terrible though.
Yeah. So I was like,
Rubbish.
I was right. I knew she would do something crazy. She gave Spinner vibes.
Did
so,
she?
Yeah. So yeah, that's my
Spin a story.
yeah, that's my crazy client.
Love that.
Hopefully no more.
You'll always get more.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good work stories though.
Yeah.
Okay, well we can move on to how are we checking for time?
Gone quite a bit, but it's alright.
No, but what are we up to now?
I don't know, I don't have the time right
It
here.
was about 4:30.
Yeah, it was about yeah, okay, well we can do we're gonna do our Zodiac of the week. So we've got a big Zodiac of the week this week.
Oh, we'll make it quick.
I know, I'm wrapping it up. I'm trying to keep it real quick, but it is a big
I knew this would be a long.
No, it's not gonna be a long one, it's just a big movement
No,
happening.
our yarn. I knew our
yeah.
yarn was going to be a big
Yeah,
one.
I know. Okay, so Mercury is moving into retrograde Taurus. Mercury in retrograde is always a bitch, but it's going to be moving into retrograde Taurus on the 21st of April, and it's going to be there for about 10 weeks. It's actually technically already in Taurus at the moment, so people might be feeling the effect of it, but moving into retrograde is shit. So it's going to be affecting our Taurus placements, our Virgo placements, our Gemini placements, and our Scorpio placements. So if you've got any of those in your big three, you're going to be feeling it. It's going to be impacts on self-esteem, sense of control, inflexibility in relationships.
Oh, God.
It's also going to be people that are going to be experiencing stress about physical and emotional security during this time. But the best thing that you can do for this transition is get comfortable having the uncomfortable situations about what you actually desire with your relationships and that sort of thing, because Gemini obviously, Taurus being in Mercury. Mercury rules logic and communication. Taurus is all about love and relationships. So keeping that communication open will help.
This is going to affect everyone.
Everyone could feel it a little bit, but the ones that are going to feel it the most are that Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. But everyone could be feeling it a little bit.
Yeah.
Mercury goes into retrograde like 4 times a year, and depending on what sign it's in will depend on how it affects us. But it's always a time for thinking about the past and thinking about, what we can do better, just
do you want to elaborate on what going into retrograde means?
Well, essentially what it means is a retrograde is it's an optical illusion where it looks like the planet is moving away from Earth. So sometimes they look like they're coming around, and then sometimes they look like they're going away.
Yeah.
So retrograde is essentially when the planet looks like it's moving away.
Okay.
Essentially, but it can bring off the adverse effects. So it's all planets go retrograde for some sort of periods of time, but Mercury is a very fast moving planet. Okay. It's one of the smaller planets.
Oh yeah.
So it goes retrograde more often than other planets do.
Yeah.
But the effects are acute but strong.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah, crazy times, man.
It's definitely a thing.
Do you know what your big 3 are?
Nah.
I fucking am over this shit. I'm sick of you guys not knowing.
I don't have time for this.
It's not hard to go and find out what your big 3 are and then fucking know. It's very important.
I've never even heard of it. How am I supposed to go and find it?
I literally go on about it all the fucking time.
No, well, I must not be listening.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to work you out. Do you know what time you were born?
Nah.
Ring your mum.
Mum will know.
Ring her now.
Should I?
Yeah.
Jackie,
what time was I born?
Jackie.
I'll add you on here and then we'll know. What's your birthday?
24th of June.
Hi.
Hi, Mum.
Hi.
You always do that, eh? When I call, I go, hi, Mum, and I'm like waiting for you to say hi again, but you just don't. You just like wait.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm calling because quick question: what time was I born?
You were born probably about 3 or 4 in the morning.
We need like accurate time. You probably won't know, eh?
Was it 3 or 4?
It'll be on your bracelet.
Oh, okay.
But was it 3 or 4? Was it closer to 3 or closer to 4?
Was it closer to 3 or closer to 4?
I can't really remember because I've been sick in labour for 23 hours and I don't think I looked at the clock.
That must be where I get it from.
I'm going to put it as 3:30.
Must be where I get it from because I don't even remember how much Charlie weighed.
I think it was later than midnight because
it was midnight.
It started in the morning and then I went to the hospital. I was going to have you at home and then the midwife came and you were posterior, so I had to go to the hospital. You were going to be, I had everything ready at home. Yeah, I think it was about 2 or 3 in the morning. Because then as soon as you were born, everybody left me there and I was blood everywhere.
Oh God, that's horrific.
Ruthless. Okay, that's all right. We'll work with that.
Well, when I go back, I'm just in the caravan because they just cleaned it because the kitty got locked in here last night. She pissed and shit all over the freaking bed. Both of them.
Little bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking kitty.
And all over the floor, because she must have been in here since probably yesterday day till about 9 o'clock.
Was she locked in there?
Yeah.
Well, that's why. It's not Kitty's fault.
I'll take her.
Well, she could have gone in the sink.
Yeah, well, she doesn't know what a sink is. She doesn't know the difference between a sink and a bed.
Yeah, so I've had to wash all the covers and just cleaned it. And, yeah.
All good. All right, give me a text.
Inside,
Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.
love you, bye.
Cute. So your ascendant is Taurus, and your moon is in Capricorn. Okay, so they're both earth signs. Just to go over it quickly, they're both earth signs, so that's why you're way more like stronger than your normal Cancer.
Oh, okay.
And Taurus, rising Taurus.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Rising Taurus like to be very well presented. They also like the little pretty things. They like their stuff to have lots of like rich foods and really they like their material like to feel rich. You know what I mean? It's got to
That's
feel
me.
luxurious.
Is that me? Does
That's
say
you.
that?
Yeah, I already know
yeah.
this. I know. That's what I'm telling you. And then your moon's in Capricorn, which is not the most ideal place for the moon to be in because it can be quite cold at times. But you've got your Cancer there, so that sort of helps a little bit. But that means that this transit is going to affect you a bit because you've got your rising Taurus.
Great.
Yes. So there's that. And Bun's a Virgo, so it's going to be affecting him as well.
Cool. Bring it on.
Go and look up your big
Bring
three.
it
I'm
on.
not gonna. We can't keep having this conversation.
Yeah.
Go look it up. It's very, very important.
One day.
Well, I've got you now, so I won't need to look you up again.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's us wrapping it up. Are we an hour? We're about an hour, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Good. Yeah, it was
Did you
fun.
enjoy it?
Yeah. Let's do this again.
Let's do it again.
Tomorrow.